Good evening. Today's top story: a minotaur, a dragon, and a griffin have escaped from the zoo of mythical beasts. The dragon and the griffin have fortunately been detained, but the minotaur remains at large. Residents of this community are advised to stay away from mazes and labyrinths at this time, as these are the primary dwellings of the minotaur. If one challenges you to enter a maze or a labyrinth, you're advised to decline the offer, as it is probably just trying to trick you and kill you.
In other news, scientists have figured out that swallowing batteries is now good for your prostate. Swallowing 3 batteries a day for the rest of your life may help with your prostate in the future.
In other news, on my last trip to Japan, I was raped on a public train.
In other news, sightings of wild men shouting they want to dance in the middle of the street has been occurring more frequently. These men have not been identified yet, but they are naked, and it is clear they do want to dance. So make sure you do not actually accept their offer to dance, because we have no idea what they'll do. Probably just dance, but don't dance with them.
In other news, scientists in Albania have successfully combined a frog and an owl. The resulting creature will be known as a frowl. The purpose to this combination is as yet unknown.
In other news, the Yeti has been found. Hikers in Switzerland have stumbled across this beast, frozen in time. Also, as it appears to be his girlfriend, giving him a Yeti job. In the olden times, a Yeti job is when the other female Yeti would put its mouth on the male Yeti's genitalia. Frozen in time with a Yeti job.
In other news, a small town in eastern Vietnam is being terrorized by a group of hyper-intelligent dogs that know how to ride motorbikes. They also reportedly are using whips to control the residents of this Vietnamese village. Residents are advised to stay indoors, and that the dogs are traveling in packs of 2 or 3. One commandeering the motorbike, one maneuvering the whip, and another for general assistance to the other 2 dogs.
In other news, it hurts when I pee.
In other news, my wife accused me of having no libido in the bedroom. I told her that she looks like a sad bat.
In other news, if a person is suffocating, the best way to help them not to suffocate is putting a brick to their face. This will relieve the pressure on the chest and resume airflow to the lungs.
In other news, my 4-year-old daughter baked me a cake. She told me that it was a strawberry sponge cake. I told her that it tasted like shit and to fuck off.
In other news, I got home after work the other night and the stripper I hired 2 nights ago was still there. Probably because I killed her, but I think she's now just being rude. Best you leave and do not be at my house when I come home again, because you're not wanted. Thank you, you disgusting whore.
In other news, the latest craze sweeping tweens of India. Shaving your eyebrows and swapping them with your peers, and then gluing that other person's eyebrows onto your face. This fad, known as swapping eyebrows, has tragically led to the death of one young Indian student who, instead of shaving eyebrows, swallowed a blade. Clearly, he didn't get the memo.
In other news, scientists have revealed that a small village in Papua New Guinea holds the secrets to the 5-second ab workout. Now, these villages are only newly found. They do hold the modern secrets of getting a hot six-pack. When asked how they've got such a raging six-pack, all they said was, in Papua New Guinea, that means, work hard, bitch, and you'll get rockin' abs like me. Quote and unquote.
In other news, in an attempt to shed his American good-hearted Disney image, Justin Bieber has released a new single titled Hot Cup of Pussy Juice. In the video, he can be seen without a shirt, rubbing oil onto a shaved cat.
In other news, I found my son reading gay porn.
In other news, driving home from work yesterday, I threw a rock at a small boy.
In other news, scientists have proven that a swift axe to the face does prove fatal. Any of you kids out there throwing axes at your friends, stop immediately, because you'll fucking kill each other.
In other news, the government of Libya has outlawed bananas. Anyone found to be in possession or to be marketing any sort of banana-related material shall be stoned to death.
In other news, an Indian man is presumed dead after swallowing a taipan. Before doing so, a man asked him, "Why are you swallowing a taipan?" He said, "Bitch please, haters are always going to hate."
In other news, last week I had a dream in which I got drunk at a party and kissed my best friend Paul. I woke up and I told my wife about it, and she called me a homo. I'm not a homo. I'm straight as a nail. Go ahead.
In other news, baking soda and pineapple juice is good for your tits. So ladies, make sure you drink a cup of baking soda and pineapple juice every day to keep your tits nice and strong and healthy and bountiful.
In other news, a small Cambodian family is camping outside my house. It makes me feel uneasy when I go home because I do not understand the bulk of their language, and they usually run up to me screaming Cambodian phrases. I don't know what they want, so I quickly run into my house and shut the door behind me. In other news, I'm fond of cupcakes.